Okay, October 5th, 2011. I bought this 1977 280Z. Try to get some back away shots here. And really, it's pretty clean. It's got some rust in the usual suspects places. We got a frame rail that's got a little rot in it, and of course the fender stuff down here. It has the factory Z wheels and pretty good tread all the way around. Not bad. I don't know what works and what doesn't work yet. It's a project, but I don't know if you can see this, but it is really pretty clean. The guy had it repainted in Germany, and it looks like, I'm not sure what kind of paint this would be. This is nothing but light surface rust here, and somebody put some riced out wipers on it. That's going to go. Story is, the guy bought it new in '77 that I bought it from. He sold it to a high school kid that took reasonably good care of it for about 5 years. I don't know if you can see any of this or not, but kind of bad lighting. It even has the original Z key, ignition key. I've got 2 of them, I think. One more coming. It's got, you know, this stuff that's all coming off anyway, so who cares? Right here. But pretty clean. Anyway, he bought it in Florida as a kind of a gift to himself when he was a second lieutenant in the Air Force. Air Force guy. Real meticulous. Real big on preventative maintenance. Took the hickey going up. Really good care of it. But it's got its little ding there. If you can see that, there it is. You know, it's got its problems, as any Z would, through the years. When he was in Germany, he had to fit it with halogen headlights. They kind of took it from him, type things, whoever they were, and put those on there. And cool thing, in Germany, you have to have these amber lower lights. And so, I guess that's the law. That's kind of cool. Got the European taillights, and it's relatively straight and clean. It's dusty as all get out. This gas flap thing is relatively, I mean, it's very pliable, like new pliable. I don't see just a terrible amount of rust anywhere. It's not quite the original color, but close, he says. Kind of jacked up. Not bad. Kind of a dent there, kind of nothing, big dent. It's got one little ding that I can see, 1, 2, in the top. But I mean, there's one there, it's pretty good. There's a very minor one there, I think. And that's about all I can see there. Of course, the rubber kind of shot. All the glass is good, I say that. Except for, when they painted it, they etched both windows on each side. Now, I know that can be polished out, or at least I think most of it can, believe it or not. All the original hubcaps, same matching rubber all the way around. This is the bad spot. Probably can't see it, but bad, not showing up, sorry, bad rust there, and a few dings above the belt line there. Everything really, oops, there we go. Little surface rust there. This is all just part of the show. All this is original back here. And here's something you don't see very often. That's all intact. Jack, spare tire, inflator can, factory bag, and I even have spares of a lot of this stuff. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, that carpet's original. The carpet up front has been replaced. No real rust issues here. Just a little bit of surface, and the paint. That paint issues flaking off, but really pretty good shape. There's a roofing nail. Overall, there we go. So let's go under the hood here, just real quick. Like, got that popped. The paint, like I said, has been repainted. The original color was this darker burgundy you see under the hood, and this is more of a, kind of hard to explain it, rusty burgundy, but you know, tasteful. But that's going to be changed as well eventually. But for now, let's get this thing running. We took the drive shaft out to drag it home, and the left rear drum was stuck, so we took the brake shoes off to get her going. Like I said, this has been sitting for 10 or 11 years, and he started it up and kind of drove it around. He had 5 real flat acres here in Oklahoma, and drove it around his property for the first 5 years. The next 5 or 6 years he did not, because he had a little injector leaking, and he tried to start monkeying with this here. So I think we put this back together, put a charged battery in it, and replaced this. And oh, the clutch is fused to the pressure plate. That's no big deal. That's an easy fix. Pop that out. It needs some cleaning up, and it's extremely dusty. But earlier I was messing with this, and under the dust that's what it looks like. Very clean. So it looks like this gizmo, whatever that is, can't recall right now, it's been taken off. It's got a webbed intake, and the EGR valve back here has been capped, which is great. Looks like an N47 intake, N42 block, I believe. I can't remember now. It's down there somewhere. And an N47 head. I don't know how that works out, but that's what it is. We'll wrap this up real quick. He had it all this time. It has 118,000 miles on it, I believe, and he rebuilt the engine at 30,000 because number 2 piston was losing a little compression. That bothered him. Pilot, Air Force, that kind of a guy. That's okay. It's a 4-speed, but I happen to have an old 5-speed laying around. I just happen to have in a spare desk drawer somewhere. It's from an old project. So, as time goes on, we shall see. Thanks for tuning in.